Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 16 because I was going to do 15, but then I counted it and I had 16 and I didn't want to get rid of one. So top 16 of the coolest looking cars. That's it. That's all it is. It's just the coolest looking cars. I don't even have it open right now. For under $10,000. My bad. I didn't even have the document open for some reason. I thought I did. I don't know. I must have pulled an oopsie, if you will. Also, first of all, sorry for not uploading for multiple days. I actually did upload like yesterday, but it ended up getting taken down within like, well, it didn't get taken down. It got age restricted, so I just took it down myself within like 2 hours of uploading it. And the reason why is because it was a shop tour, and there was a woman's sex toy on the desk, and I showed it as a joke, but didn't realize that that's probably a bad idea, and it banned it. And so I was just like, whatever, let's just get rid of it. But we'll do another shop tour in the future and just avoid that part of it. It's obviously just there for a joke, like people put it on each other's cars when they're not there. But either way, YouTube didn't see it that way, which, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not mad or anything. That's my fault. But yeah, it was just that's why I haven't uploaded in quite some time. Also, even haven't uploaded any YouTube Shorts in quite some time. So I've been lacking on the YouTube Shorts, guys. I got to get back into that. Sorry about that. But either way, yeah, today's the 16 coolest looking cars for less than $5,000. Obviously, I want to make something abundantly clear before we get into this. Looks are 100% personal opinion, so this is my personal opinion on which are I believe to be the 16 best looking cars. Also, I want to make it also abundantly clear, this is just ranking them based on their looks, not reliability, not performance. Any of that stuff is out the window. All it is if they look cool for less than $10,000. Song of the day is called Hurricane by Luke Combs. It's a country song, so if you don't like country music, don't listen to it. But dude, give country music a try. I'm sick of people being like, country music sucks, man, it's so bad. No, it's not. It's great. I love it. I love country music. This song's a banger. Go give it a listen. Without further ado, let's get right into it though with number 16 of the coolest cars for less than $10,000. Most of these, by the way, you can find for under 5K, but some of them are over 5K. That's why we went with the $10,000 mark today. And coming in at the number 16 spot is, again, the weakest one in terms of looks, in my opinion. I could have just put this one realistically as like an honorable mention, but nah, that's boring. We're not going to do that. It's the Honda Prelude 4th generation. The Prelude is already a really good looking car, but the 4th gen in particular, I've always liked a little bit better than the 5th gen. I like the 5th gen. I like all Prelude generations, except for the 2nd. I'm not a big fan of the 2nd gen, but all the other Prelude generations I think are awesome cars. But the 4th gen just has that aggressive headlights on it, and it looks wide. Like in person, these cars look actually really wide. They come with a 2.2 liter inline 4, making 190 horsepower, and it is front wheel drive. Not bad, especially for a Honda, dude. 190 horsepower in a Honda, that's like Ferrari territory for them. Those guys don't even know what horsepower means. And so it's actually pretty good performance wise too. It's overall just a great car. Also, this is one of the ones you can find for less than 5K too, so that's good as well. Coming in at number 15 spot, yet again, also guys, I cleaned off my GoPro yesterday. Like, I just wiped it all off and everything. Oh my god, it looks like it's brand new. I'm like basking in its glory right now. Either way, yeah, 15th place is another one of the cars that you can find under 5K. It's not that expensive. The Lexus SC300, you guys already know. If you're a Mark Roden avid viewer, you guys already know how I feel about the Lexus SC300's looks. I think these cars look incredible. There are some people that think they look like eggs. To those people I say, you're a doofus. The car comes with a 3-liter inline 6, making 225 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. That is a 2JZGE. Not bad engine, not great, but not bad. And you get to flex the fact that you have a 2J. Just don't make your plate say something like 2J Kevin or something. That would be kind of goofy, but otherwise it's overall just a great car. And for less than $5,000, they're one of the only like JDM worth it rear wheel drive cool cars that I would say are less than 5K. And you're not going to find a manual one under 5K. I want to make that clear, but it's still under 5K for an auto. Coming in at the number 14 spot is going to the wonderful Infiniti G37 Coupe. I feel like I haven't talked about the G37 Coupe in decades, dude. I used to talk about this car literally every single day of my life. Every chance I got to talk about the G37, I talked about it. I feel like I haven't talked about it in quite some time. The car comes with a wonderful 3.7 liter V6, making 330 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive or all wheel drive. I would recommend the rear wheel drive one just because I think that's more fun, but all wheel drive is obviously more practical. That is the VQ37 VHR, which is a great motor for building power. Don't let the online idiots fool you. These are good cars. It's a good motor. It's reliable, good for building power. Well, okay, the reliability gets thrown out the window once you start to build power on it. That's for sure. But yeah, it's overall just a good car. I think it looks good. It doesn't like stand out or anything. It's one of those like kind of like subtly cool cars. And I like that. Also, you're not finding one of these under 5K though. You could find them right around the 5K mark, but not under 5K. Coming in at 13th place, yet again, another one of the ones that it's going to be very, very hard to find under 5K, although sometimes I see some. And it takes every fiber of my body not to buy it, but sometimes they're there. It's a Toyota MR2 SW20. Obviously, this thing is freaking sexy. The only reason why I never really, like, talk about these in a good light is because I know personally I would hate to own one. They're small cars. I've been in Miatas and I would not want to own a Miata personally. But either way, the car comes with a 2.2 liter inline four, making 130 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. It's also mid-engine, so I'm going to say it. It experiences snap oversteer. Bada boom boom ba bing. I feel like I haven't said that in years now. I haven't been able to talk about snap oversteer in quite some time. Either way, yeah, it experiences snap oversteer. It's a nice looking car though. It's got pop-up headlights. How could you not like pop-up headlights? It looks like a little pocket Ferrari almost, and I like that. Coming in at 12th place is a weird one because you can sometimes find them under $5,000, but I don't necessarily know if it's the easiest thing out there, or I also don't really know if I recommend doing it. It's the BMW 335i E92, specifically the E92, because I think these look really good, whereas the E90s I think just look kind of average. The car comes with a 3-liter twin turbocharged inline 6, making 300 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive or all wheel drive. Not a bad combo right there, man. Again, same thing I said earlier with the G37 Coupe applies to this. I would recommend the rear-wheel drive one if you want to have fun, but all-wheel drive one is more practical. The car is obviously not the most reliable out there, but the N54 is really good for making power. It's kind of like the opposite of the G37 Coupe. But it looks good. It's a nice looking BMW. Again, probably going to be pretty difficult for you to find one of these under 5K, but it can be done. Also, it's definitely not... I'll explain this in the next one because I already wasted a lot of time. Okay, yeah, this is what I was going to say just 2 seconds ago, but I realized we were going on to like a minute there and I didn't want to keep wasting your guys' time. This video is not only like ranking them based on how cool I think they are, but I'm also kind of ranking them based on like how cool the rest of the community is going to think it is, if that makes any sense. Because obviously a lot of people that buy cars just for looks cares a lot about what the rest of the community thinks of them. And so that's what I'm going with. That, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like doing a double of like what I like and also what I think the rest of the community likes, if that makes any sense. Either way, coming in at 11th place is a Nissan 300ZX Z32. The car comes with a 3-liter V6, making 222 horsepower. Love that. And it is rear-wheel drive. Love when the power numbers are like that, 222, or when it's like a flat 300, like the E92 just before. I love when cars do that. I don't know why. Either way, yeah, the Z32 is absolutely gorgeous. Now, you can find these under 5K. I don't know if I'd personally recommend it. It's probably going to be rotted out and probably going to have a lot of problems. But it can be done for sure. And when you do, you get a really nice looking car. One of my favorite Z cars in terms of looks. Breaking its way into the top 10 is the car that I wish I bought instead of my Integra. The car I was actually looking at buying before I bought my Integra, the Acura RSX Type S. That's a Mark Roden life lesson right there, man. Never settle for less. It's not that I hate my Integra. I don't. I like the Integra. I hope I can never get rid. I hope I can afford to never get rid of it, if that makes any sense. But I was looking for an RSX at the time. I like those cars a little bit better, and I wish I got one. Either way, the RSX Type S comes with a 2.4 liter inline 4, making 201 horsepower, and it is front wheel drive. Now, you're not finding a Type S for under $5,000, but you can find a base model RSX for under 5K. So, you know, take that as you will. I would recommend waiting out for the Type S, though, but it's up to you. Up to you, man. Go do whatever you want. And yeah, the RSX just looks incredible. It's absolutely incredible, man. When I was looking at them, they were incredible. Even when they were like rotted out, I was like, wow, that looks good. Coming in at the wonderful 9 spot is another car just like the G37 Coupe, where I feel like I haven't talked about this car in so long. Why is this happening so much today, man? It's the Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Now, there are two versions of the Genesis Coupe, the BK1 and the BK2. The BK1, in my personal opinion, looks a little bit better than the BK2, but a lot of people in the community thinks that it's the other way around. A lot of people in the community think that the BK2 looks better than the BK1. Either way, we're going to go talk about the BK2 today. It comes with a 3.8 liter V6, making 348 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. If you get a BK1, the power numbers are going to be even less than that, though, so keep that in mind. The BK1, however, is less than $5,000, whereas the BK2, it's very hard to find one under 5K. Again, there's all kinds of different sort of like caveats to this car. It really depends on which one you end up going for. If you go for the BK1, you're going to save a little bit of money, but you're going to lose a little bit of power. If you go for the BK2, you're going to spend more money, but get a little bit more power. It's really up to you, but either way, no matter which one you do end up getting, I do think they look really, really good. And they're really underrated in my opinion. Stock, I will say they're kind of boring, but very, very simple mods, and it makes it look a lot better. Coming in at 8th place, however, is literally like one of my favorite looking JDM cars of all time. I've glazed this car like to the moon and back, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. I don't even care. It's the Mitsubishi Eclipse GT 2G. I think it's gonna be pretty hard for you to find a GSX under 10K nowadays, so I'm just gonna stop talking about the GSX in my videos, because every time I do, it's just always somebody in the comments being like, no, it's not under 10K. Now, realistically speaking, I get that for every single car. I could literally say like 2001 Camry with 500,000 miles, and someone's still going to be like, you're not finding that under 5K. It's like impossible to please people now. So I'm just going to stop talking about the 2G though, at least the GSX. But the GT comes with a 2-liter inline 4. It makes 170 horsepower and it is front wheel drive. Not bad. Is it as good as the GSX? Obviously not, but again, if you're looking for just looks, it doesn't look any different than the GSX, and I think these cars look absolutely incredible. I feel like a lot of people have like a tainted memory with Eclipses just because of what they did with the 4th gen and 3rd gen, but dude, the 2nd gen and 1st gens are still really cool looking cars. Back to BMW land, because you guys know me, man. You know how much of a BMW fanboy I am. I'm gonna talk about another BMW. It's the BMW 325i E30. Dude, I love this freaking car. In person, these cars look so good. In pictures, these cars look so good, which is usually not the case. Usually a car will either look good in person or in pictures, not the both of them. But the E30 does look good in both of them. It is just such a freaking good looking car. It's so simple but perfect. The car comes with a 2.5-liter inline 6, making 166 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. Obviously not the fastest car out there. Keep that in mind. This car was built in the early 90s, late 80s, so obviously it's not going to be the fastest car out there, and it's probably also going to have a lot of problems. As for this car, for the Eclipse, by the way, you can find an Eclipse GT for less than 5K. But as for this car, you can find E30s for less than 5K, but I don't think you're going to find a good 325i for less than 5K. Probably going to be more than 5 if I had to guess. But either way, once you do, it's a great looking car. And one of those cars, though, where if you're a regular person, you probably don't think they look cool. So keep that in mind. If you're looking to like impress the girlies, an E30 is not the way, because these cars are, to them, they're just sedans. Coming in at 6th place, however, is another one of the cars where, just like the Genesis Coupe, actually, you know what, realistically speaking, I just kind of realized this just now, but the vast majority of cars in this list don't look good stock. I'm just going to put that out there. And this is another one that's really, really like that. It's a Nissan 240SX S13. You're not finding one of these for under 5K, by the way. You can find like some, but they'll have like major problems, so I would just recommend staying away from those ones. The car comes with a 2.4-liter inline 4, making 145 horsepower, and they are rear-wheel drive. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think these cars are overrated. I don't see how they're as expensive as they are. I do love how they look. I think they're really gorgeous looking cars, but in terms of like performance and platform that they're on, they're really not that great. I just don't know why people love them so much. But either way, people do, you know, and I do think they look good, and that is the end. That is the point of this video, so I am putting it here. But for the price, man, God, the S13s are stupidly expensive, man. I saw one the other day was $3,000, and I was like, wow, that's a great deal. Looked at a picture, the worst frame damage known to mankind. This car had frame damage out the wazoo. Okay, coming in at 5th place, however, it's just good looking. It's kind of like actually, it's funny that it's made by the same company. It reminds me a lot of the Eclipse GT, actually, that we were just talking about, in the sense where, like, it looks awesome, but realistically, under the hood, isn't anything super impressive. It's the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. Obviously, the base model. You're not finding a VR4 for anywhere less than $10,000. You can find a base model, the SL is what they call them, for less than $5,000, and when you do, you get a 3-liter V6 that makes 170 horsepower, and it is front-wheel drive. I think this is another one of those cars, kind of like the MR2, kind of like the NSX, where it's one of those Japanese cars that look way faster, way more expensive, way cooler than it actually is. It looks like a little weird, exotic, foreign Italian supercar, and I freaking love that. These cars look absolutely gorgeous. I don't think I've ever heard anybody in the history of car guys say that the 3000 GT doesn't look good. Okay, this car, however, I have heard people say that, but I disagree with them. 4th place, my boy, and you knew it was coming eventually. If you're a fan of the Mark Roden channel, at least, you knew it was going to be here somewhere. It's the Nissan 350Z. Gosh darn right it is. I love 350Zs, man. I had one. I wish I never sold it. I freaking love 350s. They're absolutely gorgeous cars, in my opinion. However, like I said, there are some people out there that do not like these. They say they look really bad. They don't like the style of the new Zs. I like it. Either way, the car comes with a 3.5-liter V6, making 306 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. Now, that's the HR. You're probably not finding an HR for under 5K. However, you can find a DE. It's going to make a little bit less power, be a little bit worse for building power, but you can find one of those for 5K. That's what I had, and it's relatively similar, especially if you're going to keep it stock. It doesn't really feel that much different. It's kind of up to you, though. If you have the extra money, I would recommend the HR, but if you don't, DE is fine. And overall, the car itself is really, really cool, and it's definitely going to get you the Instagram clout and the attention you're going to look for. Trust me, dude. In my 350Z, people thought I was like rich when I would drive my 350Z around. I know it sounds stupid. I know it sounds like I'm glazing myself. I'm not trying to do that. Dude, there were so many times where I would show up to a gas station and people that don't know cars would be like, how do you afford that? And I was like, it was $5,000, man. I'm broke. Coming in at 3rd place, however, is not only going to get you the Instagram clout, because nowadays it's starting to get up there in terms of popularity. People are really liking these cars in the modern car community, but it's also going to get you like the old guy respect, which is awesome. You getting old guy respect is just like, that's just a double thumbs up. And it's also a car I love, the Chevy Corvette C5. I've said it before, I think the C5 is the best looking Corvette of all time, and the fact that you can find them under 10K is such a good deal in my opinion. The car comes with a 5.7-liter V8, making 350 horsepower. That's the most on this list, and it is rear-wheel drive. And it also is an LS. So even though like the Genesis Coupe, for example, only had 2 less horsepower, that engine is going to make around 600 horsepower before it absolutely goes to the moon. The LS can handle around 6,000. Not really, obviously, but close to it, maybe 5,900. It's going to handle a lot of power is what I'm trying to say. And the car looks absolutely incredible, man. It has pop-up headlights, yet again, big plus for me. I love the taillights, I love the body lines. It is a little bit bigger in person than you would expect, and I usually don't like long cars, but this one is pretty long. But overall, it's a great looking car. Coming in at second place, however, another one of those cars where like, dude, I don't think I'd personally buy it, but looks-wise, you can't deny it looks really, really cool. It's the Subaru BRZ. Yeah, performance is definitely not this car's strong suit. As a matter of fact, people will probably make fun of you if you have a BRZ for your performance, but the looks of it, now they can't make fun of you for that because these cars look good. Obviously, I'm talking about the first gen here. I like the first gen better anyways. The car comes with a 2-liter flat 4, making 200 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. It's really not that bad if you think about the weight of these cars and what they're trying to do. They have a really small wheelbase. They weigh like pretty much nothing, so it's really not that bad, but people do make fun of it for that. And the car looks just stupidly aggressive for what it is. It's a very, very like angry-looking car, even though it's realistically speaking not the fastest out there. It's going to get you a lot of the attention though and all that stuff. This is one of the cars, however, that you're not finding for under 5k. Same with the C5 Corvette, by the way. I forgot about that one, but yeah, the C5 Corvette and the BRZ, they're actually both some of the harder ones to find under 10k on this list, so keep that in mind. However, I mean, you guys knew it was coming. Do I agree with putting it all the way up here? No, but I had to think about the rest of the community and be fair and be unbiased. So it got first place, the Mazda Miata NA. I like the Miatas, don't get me wrong. I just would never own one because I'm tall and I've sat in my friend Zach's Miata before. Goodness gracious, I actually feel like Donkey Kong in that thing. It's just not a car for me. But for the rest of the people, yeah, these things are just like attention lovers. Like every person besides me, I think, loves these cars' looks. Actually, I do like the looks of them though. That's a lie. I love the looks of Miatas. The car comes with a 1.8 liter inline 4, making 135 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. This is the only car on this list where it's like it'll get the attention from both sides, and it'll be like good attention no matter who's talking to you. The vast majority of car guys might call you like a hairdresser's car, but honestly, dude, if they're still calling me out as hairdresser cars in 2025, they're not car guys. And the rest of people are gonna just love it. Like they think it looks cute, they think it looks adorable. It's just yeah, people love this car. People love how it looks. And it does look really good. So there you go. It's, in my opinion, it's probably the best looking car you can find for less than $10,000 right now. And yes, you can find one of these for less than 5k too, by the way. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just ideas. Let me know what other videos I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for all my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. Want to know a little bit of a fun fact that you guys probably didn't know? That entire time I was recording, I was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Infected. I like doing that now. I turn on Infected real quick and just start recording because I don't have to do anything in Infected. I just stand there and I get XP and like I get to hide. I won the last game. It took me every fiber of my body not to be like, guys, I just won Infected. I won it though. I was the last alive. I was hiding in this random corner and somehow they didn't find me. You know how rare that is? If you don't play Infected, it's very unlikely that happens. I won as the survivor. It was awesome. Anyways, that is the end of today's video. Next video is probably going to be a good, bad, and ugly. Again, dude, I want to make it abundantly clear to people that are like waiting for me. Trust me, I see the DMs for like, you know, I guess applications to be my editor. And I'm going to respond to them eventually. Dude, I'm a busy beaver now, man. I've been trying to lock in on the whole YouTube thing, trying to make a lot more content, both shorts wise and long form videos like this one. Well, this isn't long form, but you know what I mean, like regular videos like this one. And on top of that, I have 2 other YouTube channels I'm trying to lock in on as well, because I want to build some cool cars, man. I'm 25. I'm sick of sitting here with only one car. I want 15 of them. I hang out with my car guy friends all the time. And you know Chris Rundick, Racer Miata? I don't know if you guys know him or not, but he's another YouTuber. He's much bigger than I am. He used to have the shop that they're in now, and so sometimes he shows up at the shop just to either grab something that he left there or just to talk with Zach because they're like friends. And he'll show up in just like a random car that's like awesome, and he's just like, oh yeah, it's a daily right now. Like last time he showed up, it was using a JZX90 with a 1JZ GTE in it. I pooped my pants, man. I literally was pooping in my pants at the time. I was like, this is the most beautiful car I've ever seen. And it was just like his daily to him. And I was like, no, I gotta lock in. I need cars like that. I want to drive cars like that, man. That looks awesome. It looks fun. It probably was fun. It was a 1JZX90. If you know what that is, you know how much fun that thing can be. Great googly moogly. That thing is juicy. I wanted it so bad is what I'm trying to say. And so I'm locking in, ladies and gentlemen. We're back to the other day uploads. Again, sorry for not uploading for like a long time. I did upload. got removed. Well, again, it didn't get removed. It was age restricted, and every time age restriction happens, it pretty much means that YouTube is not going to push it to any human being out there. And so I was like, I'm just going to take it down. It also looks bad on your account. It can like flag your account. So I was just like, I'm just going to take it down. I'll film it again. I'll do a refilm of that, and just keep that part out of the recording. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.